Hello, everyone, and welcome back. How is everybody doing today? Happy Sunday, and to those who celebrated, happy Easter. This is Easter Sunday, and I am off today, and that means we are going to have fun. We have got ourselves a tournament today. We have got ourselves the Beginners League 1v1 land battles. I am going to tell you right now, these are not live battles. They are going to be replays of the tournament, but they are land battles, and I have always found that land battles do not perform very well as like battle replays, standalone replays, but they do pretty well as streams. So we're going to do it in this format today. I believe we have 7 battles, and we're going to have some fun. So, put on your seatbelts, get any snacks and drinks you need, because here we go. Alright, so we're going to start out with Game 1. Okay, so match 1, let's see who our opponents are here. We're going to go ahead and open up the replay real quick. So for Game 1, we have got Jesus Christine, or Jesus Christine maybe, I don't know exactly, versus Fighter Jets. We have got Icini, and we have got Carthage. Okay, so the rules for these battles are 1, 2, 4, so 1 artillery, 2 pikes, and 4 ranged, and I believe it's 20k funds, so they kind of increase the funds on that. Usually we don't play on such high funds, but that's alright. You know, not everybody plays the exact same way, like rules-wise, and so it'll be interesting to see how the differences here. So real quick, let's go ahead and look at some of their armies starting off. So we got 2 noble cav from Carthage. We've got a bunch of Libyan infantry, mercenary noble fighters. They're playing on large unit sizes as well. Oh, interesting, Sacred Band. Got 3 Sacred Bands, so that's where all his money went. We've got a 3rd Noble Cavalry and some mercenary Cretan archers that are triple Silver Chevron. Something to keep in mind, guys, that with archers, once you go past 1 chevron, you kind of lose. Oh, I'm sorry. I had my mic off, or not off, but it was like away from my mouth. I apologize about that. Let me turn down the game a little bit. Tell me, is that a little bit better? Anyways, we've got African war elephants. So back to the other side with Icini, we've got some chariots. We've got a bunch of slingers. I was told that in one battle, I'm not exactly sure which battle, but in one of the battles, somebody goes above the slinger limit, or the range limit, but they decided to play on. Got a ton of heroic nobles and some heroic riders. All right, so are you guys ready to get this one kicked off? I'm ready to get this one kicked off. I think this would be kind of fun. You know, we've got like 7 battles to do. They're all land battles, so it shouldn't be like super crazy long. So let's go ahead and unpause the game once again. Could you, tell me, is the sound a little better now, guys? Let's see. So once again, game 1. Hold on, sorry. We've got, sorry, I lost it here. Game 1, as Icini, we've got Jesus Christine, and as Carthage, we've got Fighter Jet. So we're gonna go ahead and hit play and get in on this battle. So once again, so this tournament is hosted by Foirax, Foirax, and you know, he straight up said, so I guess this is a tournament of, I guess, more beginner players. He's the one who named it the Beginner League, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this, and maybe we can help. A couple things right off the bat. The diamond formation, it's pretty useless. I would just not use it. It's not a great thing. Archers and slingers. So when you give your archers and slingers one chevron, what you typically see is you see that shots per minute bar, how it has a little white thing at the end that shows that it's been improved. That only happens once. So one chevron, that is improved, and that's it. After that, any chevrons you're putting in, all they're doing is giving you things like melee attack and melee defense and base morale. To be perfectly honest with you, they're ranged units. That's really not that useful. You can see we got some more units coming out of the woodworks here for Carthage, some more Libyan infantry. Now, for the other side here, we've got Icini, we got some Icini chariots. Can't wait to see all the other games, because I was a sub for one game. Very nice. Well, thanks for joining, Ninja. Is the sound okay now, guys? Can you guys hear everything okay? I put my mic back before my mouth, so hopefully you can hear me better. Hopefully that intro came through semi-well, because I was really proud of that intro. So it'd really suck if it was, you know. Heroic Riders are actually a pretty solid cav unit. Noble cav, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not a huge fan. Their charge bonus is 70, but their armor's only 60. They're okay. I think they're a bit expensive. But this is obviously a shot cav. This is a melee cav. So they've moved forward. It looks okay. So we've got our... So Icini did bring a Briton Scorpion. Once again, that is allowed. They're playing with regular 1-2-4 rules. Now, typically in the Dragon Core Discord, when we do things like the hot seat, we actually adjust the rules a little bit. We actually don't typically have a ranged unit limitation, because to be perfectly honest with you, on a land battle, if you want to bring a gazillion range, you're probably going to lose just due to the fact that all you have is ranged units, right? You can, like, it's just if the other player has enough cavalry and such, it just is not typically a feasible winning strategy. Carthage cannot just sit here, though. So, because of that Scorpion, Icini can basically just do whatever he wants right now. Icini kind of has the control of the ranged fight. Carthage's best option at this point, honestly, is getting into battle. If he just sits here, he's just going to get shot, right? Now, what is the Scorpion going for? Scorpion has got 24 kills already, guys. 24 kills. Oh, he's just ripping up this noble fighter. Oh, man, that's very painful. Noble Fighter is an extremely good unit, and unfortunately for Carthage, you can only bring 2 of them because they're mercenaries. So Carthage actually gets really, really hurt in the upper scaled battles like this. These 20k funds, Carthage actually suffers really badly, okay? The problem with Carthage on these funds is that Carthage has only 2 high tier units. Mercenary Noble Fighters, okay? Well, you could probably consider the Sacred Band a high tier hoplite, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's just kind of okay. You can see he is running away, that Noble Fighter trying to get it away. The problem is, I don't know, let me see. Okay, so he is out of range. This is the range of the Scorpion at the moment. But anyways, like I was saying, Carthage suffers pretty badly on these high fund games due to its lack of upper range, right? It has the ability to bring 2 noble fighters. That's it. That's all it can bring. So you can bring these two really good units, but after that, you're stuck to your mid-tiers. You're stuck to your Samnite Warriors, your Libyan Infantry, which are good units. But now you switch your sides and go over to Icini, and look at Icini. We're on 20,000 funds. So Icini is all heroic nobles, which is a high-tier unit. That means that all of his army outmatches almost all of the Carthaginian army. So what I think is going to be really big here for Carthage is using that cavalry extremely effectively, right? That cavalry is the one place that he probably has the advantage over Icini, is right there. So, we're going to see. Like, that's honestly the best thing I can say about it, is we're going to see what happens. We're going to see where this goes, because I honestly don't know. Did everybody check out the new video for today? I don't usually post videos on Sundays, just because I don't usually record on Saturday night, but I did post a video today, and I hope everybody went and watched it and enjoyed. Now, obviously, don't go watch it right now, because you're watching this right now. But you could always watch it after the stream is over. Or, you know what? If you're on your computer, open up another tab, put it in the background, stay here and chat with me, whatever you want to do. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, make sure to go hit that subscribe button. We're always having a good time here on the channel. We're always having fun, keeping it loose. Yeah, all right. Yeah, especially in the Discord, we actually do a lot of different things other than Rome. We still have a pretty good core group of players that play Rome 2. But we also, we got people who play Hoi 4, Crusader Kings 3, Grand Theft Auto, Men at War Assault Squad. I mean, it's War Game Red Dragon. We've got a Battlecry Freedom server now. Do a lot of stuff. Alright, well, Slingers, why are you running away, Slingers? You got plenty of time to fire. Sit there and shoot. Fight, fight, fight. I don't know why you're running away, man. Here's another thing. You also have 4 slingers, and depending on what Carthage brought, he can only bring 3 archers. So we'll see if he brought 3 archers and a slinger. Or to be perfectly honest with you, if I was Carthage as a, being on a land battle, I would bring the 3 slingers instead. All right, we got 8 people watching now. Don't forget to go hit that like button for me. Any likes, and the more you talk in this, the more it helps the channel out, so I always appreciate the activity. And obviously, you just being here watching helps as well. So this battle we can see it's pretty slow so far. What I think is going to happen, I think we're going to get some range fight happening. I think Carthage is going to realize that he can't sit here and take the scorpion shots anymore, and he's going to go in here. What I'm afraid is going to happen, I just think the Heroic Nobles are going to eat right through this. I'm really interested to see if they do or not. I think that the cavalry of Carthage needs to do really well, but the longer they sit in this diamond formation, the more convinced I'm becoming that they're not going to do very well. What happens in this diamond formation is this one guy takes the impetus of the charge, right? And what happens is the cav unit doesn't charge through like this, like it should, right? It should just like charge into the unit, right? It does this weird thing where it hits the front line and it just kind of goes weird, okay? And that's the downside to the diamond formation. It just doesn't really work well. I do like that Icini keeping a spear unit close to his cav. And I think on the other side too, so I really like that. That's actually, to me, shows good good understanding of tactics here, because he's keeping, honestly, this whole lineup looks very, I don't know if I want to say professional, but experienced, okay? If we were doing the hot seat tournament, this setup from Icini is something I would expect to see, okay? With your cav on the edges, with the spear supporting, same thing on the other side. You have your mainline infantry in the front, but you have double lines, right? You have one line, and then you have another line in support. That is something that you see a lot in more experienced players. On Carthage's side, the singular line here is not quite as prevalent or common, and the reason for that is now you have only one line, right? You have nothing behind that can support with javelins or plug holes or, you know, move to the flanks if need be. Your cavalry is unsupported. Those are the things that I'm noticing from Carthage. So what I think what we're going to see here is the front line is going to gauge, and we're probably going to see things start to slip through. Got 2 units over on the left here. Pikemen sitting in the back. Honestly, I would have put my pike right in the center. Or honestly, you could probably could have put your pikes on the flank to keep them, you know, to keep kind of a flank lockdown. Heroic cavalry, heroic riders able to get in on the noble cav. Noble cav caught sleeping, and then we got the chosen spear band coming in. Now this is a good play. Elephants are good in cav fights. Okay, so bringing the elephants to support your cavalry is a smart idea. You got a mercenary noble fighter coming over as well. The mercenary noble fighter will make short work of that chosen spear band. Look at this, we're up to 11 watchers now. Hello, welcome everybody, and happy Sunday. And to anybody that celebrated, a very, very happy Easter. You can see Icini keeping his chariots hidden. What I would probably do, though, I'd probably move him up a little bit. You're pretty far away, so right now you can't really support this fight. I'm a bit concerned that that this fight could be well and over before this chariot even gets in. Nicely done. You got your heroic riders protecting the flank here. Very well done. Keep that spear nearby. He's putting the spear near the slingers. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Slingers ganging up on a Cretan here. Ooh, watch Icini. I don't know why, but I'm having so I use my phone to watch the stream and keep an eye on the chat. It's just buffering a ton. Is everybody else having issues with buffering? I don't think so, but Chosen Spear Band are breaking, Noble Cav breaking, African War Elephants actually doing pretty good. Oh, nice. I like this. I like this. Scorpion is actually turned on the African War Elephants. African War Elephants, as you can see, are unarmored. So I think that Scorpion could do really well here. Now the Elephant's getting in on the General. Now, I preach it a lot, but remember, guys, your best friend in that situation is Shield Wall. Believe the Heroic Noble gets Shield Wall? Yes, it does. I think some beginner players think historically like what would generals back in those days do. Some people I faced did one line, and it's just not a great idea. Not in this situation. Not in this game or game mode, whatever you want to call it. Typically, the more experienced players, what you typically will see is you'll see a 3-line formation, because once again it gives you the ability to engage, but then also shift units where you need them to go. Yeah, I think Icini's going to pull this one. I just think that the tier of the Heroic Noble, I think, is just going to outmatch everything that Carthage is bringing. The only thing that Carthage had to match up with them was the Noble Fighters, and they probably did fine. Well, if they're alive, one of them's over here, 104 kills. Hello, how we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I didn't even see the Heroic Nobles. I saw the really weak one over there. Everything else I see is Libyans, so that tells me that they did not have a very good time here. I think from Carthage we're seeing a bit of formation attack as well. You can see how they're kind of keeping this stiff formation. 7, 8 times out of 10, I would say that's not the greatest thing. Oh man! Now the African War Elephants actually got a couple chevrons there. But I think that we can go ahead and call this is going to be game 1 done and in the books. Mad Raccoon, what's up, man? How we doing? All right, so for game 1, we had Jesus Christine. Let's go into the replay and get into the kills here. We had Jesus Christine as Icini. Cav, the Chariot honestly didn't even get into combat. Slingers, I mean, they did fine. But look at the heroic nobles, man. Oh my gosh. Just ripped right through. Carthage was just very, very outclassed here. Just honestly, army-wise. Just plain and simple looking at the army, very outclassed. That is the problem with Carthage on a 20,000 fund game, right? The elephants earned 2 chevrons, guys. 2 chevrons. Here, I think what you probably would have been a little better off with it, the money you spend on these chevrons would probably have been chevroning up some of your Libyans. The Libyans, they might have matched up a little better if they had had some of those chevrons, improving that melee defense, so on and so forth. The noble fighters, they did fine. One of them just got ripped up by that scorpion early on. Well, that is it for game 1. So we're going to go ahead and move on to game 2. Let's see. Let me get back into my replays here. Let's see. Game 2. All right. So game 2, we have got Boss Prophet as Galatia versus Mallard as Getae. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. So let's talk about why. Let's just take a minute. Okay. Yeah, guaranteed, Garrett, Icini had way more experience. And that's okay. Once again, that is perfectly fine. That is okay. But you could tell, honestly, before even getting into the actual micro and things like that, you could tell that Icini had, in that last battle, had more experience just from the army setup, just from it was lined up. I spoke about that while the game was going. That was really the biggest thing that stood out to me, just right off the bat. My experience with the hot seat and playing with some really, really good land battle players shows me that. All right, so Getae. We've got Getae here. I think, so I don't know how this is going to go, okay? Doing well, working lots of hours. I'm doing really well, Raccoon. Thank you so much for asking. I'm glad to have you around. Let's talk about why this is an interesting matchup. So these games are in 20,000 funds, okay? So Getae suffers from the opposite problem to what Carthage had. Okay, we were talking about Carthage and how Carthage lacks upside, right? It lacks high tier units. It can only bring those 2 noble fighters, right? Getae has the opposite issue. Getae can bring very, very few mid tiers. Okay, Getae can bring the mercenary axe warriors, and they can only bring 4 of them. Okay, 4. That's it. After that, all they have is their Falksman, which is very cheap, but very, very very low armored. So what can they bring? They can bring noble swords, which are 1060 or 1260, if I remember correctly, and they are a pretty solid high tier unit. And on 20k funds, you can bring 1 million of them. Okay, by the way, we're back to large unit sizes. That would be something I would say, Forax, if you're watching. Make sure that that is a bit more consistent in the future. That can make a big difference in the gameplay. The fact that the game 1 was at 120 size, game 2 was at 160. Just something to keep in mind later in future tournaments. Just to, hey, guys, make sure your unit sizes are blank. You know what I mean? Or at whatever you want them to be at. The problem with Galatia on large funds and 13,500s is very good. It's very good, okay? Because Galatian legionaries are excellent. But the problem that they have on 20,000 funds is the same problem that Carthage had. Lack of upside, okay? They don't have a single high-tier unit in their roster, okay? But what Galatia has done here is he tiered up his Galatian legionaries. Okay, that's fine. I'm not digging the line setup. I'm going to be honest with you. So he's got 1 wing of Galatian legionaries, 1 wing of Galatian legionaries with a core center of Galatian noblemen, which are actually a really good unit. But what I think what you should do here, just right off the bat, take this over here,
take this over here. Support your cav. You've got 2 light horse. Light horse, I'm going to be honest with you, are not going to do too hot here. Getae over there definitely has I'm having a brain fart. Advantage, excuse me, in the cavalry at the moment. And then take your Galatian legionaries and line them up, in kind of a tiered, like a 3-tiered, 2-tiered, formation so that you can support where you need to. He's got a Cappadocian, which is good, Noble Horse Gin, which is good, and he's got a Celtic Ballista. All right, enough talking. Sorry, wasted a lot of time there. We're going to get into this because I probably could have done that while I apologize. They're really far away. I should have done that while they were approaching each other. In fact, let's go ahead and advance this a bit. Getae, so what do we got? We got to match up the Syrians and I'm assuming a slinger. Yep, Celtic slinger. And then from Getae, we've got a bunch of the Dacian heavy bows. Sorry, just fast forwarding to get forward, to get up here a little bit. All right, here comes the artillery. That's something Getae's got to be really careful about. One actually smacking into the Getae Noble Horse General. We've got some noble spears. Once again, guys, keep put a spear over with your horses. It's a huge, huge difference maker. Galatia actually brought all of his cav over to the left-hand side of his army. He's got his range units over here as well. The Syrians and the Celtic slinger would definitely be able to take on the Dacian heavy bows. So I'm interested that he put such a heavy, presence of them over here. Get your spears over here. Just a big thing that's going to help you here. They are watching the flanks. They are watching the flanks. That is true. I definitely think that it looks to me like Getae here is probably a bit more experienced in things, or at least just looking at the army comp and the setup. I don't know if the Galatian legionaries with the tiers, with the chevrons, are going to be able to match up on these noble swords. How many Galatian legionaries do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 8 Galatian legionaries, and looks about the same on the noble swords. So they are evenly matched in numbers. The noble swords still have got the headhunt ability, which is going to be a big difference maker. Let's see, 52, 44, 69, 70. Oh wait, hold on, 48. Sorry, I'm missing it here. 75. So yeah, I mean, even with the chevrons, the noble swords are definitely outmatch the Galatian legionaries. Galatian legionaries pulling their flank back a little bit. It's a good move. It's a good move. It helps protect this whole back area from that cav. But it looks like the Getae cav is going to try and expose maybe the other side. Artillery actually, taking some pot shots there. It's actually not a bad idea. Once again, that artillery is going to help Getae, or help Galatia keep Getae, moving. It's going to force Getae into combat here, and maybe a rushed combat. Archer fire coming in on the noble swords, and then counter archer fire from the Dacian heavy bows into the Galatian noblemen. Galatian noblemen actually a really good unit. Oh, now going after the Jin. Ah, cheeky. All right, Getae. I see you. Where'd the cav? Okay, so the cav's just sitting. And honestly, I think that's a good idea, because sitting in the center here is going to give him the ability to go any direction that he wants to. He basically, if he decides he wants to push this way, he can go. Now, Galatia doing a good job countering. He's basically just shadowing the Getae cavalry movements. Uh-oh, this isn't good. So, The spear going in here, but he has an open flank here. Probably, yeah, there you go. You get an axe warrior up here to protect that flank. Ah, Galatia, come on, don't go charging in like this. If you're going to go in, and you got to go around. Take your unit up and bring him around. Hit him right in the back. That's where you're going to get him done. Oh, man. Noble Sword's just, oh, it's hard to watch. So the best thing that Galatia can do here, he's got to use his numbers. He needs to get around the flanks, and, you know, what I would do is I would take one unit and plug that, then take, you know, 2 units and start pushing around the flanks. If you can get around those noble swords, you could start making progress here, but on a head-to-head fight, you're going to lose.
What are we, brothers?
And charge. A little bit of a fire, not a great one, though. The range just duking it out here. It looks like the range for Galatia actually pulling this out. Honestly, they should pull it out. Syrians are just better than Dacian heavy bows. I like this move. Bring some cav over to the right. Honestly, he could probably exploit some stuff here.
Quickly now!
And I don't know why Getae should bring your gen up. Use your gen, guys. I know it's risky, but your gen is, you know, typically one of the better units you have in your roster. Use them. If I was Galatia, I would maybe bring this artillery over to one side and try to shoot down the line. I guess then you do have to be worried about the archers, but you know, you have the archer advantage. You know, I don't know why his archers are coming all the way over here. You know, these archers were doing very well against the Dacian heavy bows. Cav coming around the back. His artillery is unprotected. Get your gen up here, protect it. Not 100% sure why Getae has the noble sword sitting back here. He's overwhelming the line. These couple units could be a huge difference maker on just cleaning this up a lot faster. I think, oh man, this is tough. Oh, just a nasty javi toss into the back of the Galatian legionaries here.
Fill the skies! Cut them down!
Galatian legionary charging the back of the noble spears. Now the noble spears here. Oh, get out of shield wall. You don't need it. You don't need the shield wall in this situation. Use your melee attack and eat right through those spears. Might get a good javi toss. Now your general and this Galatian legionary could probably do some good work. All right, so he did plug one noble sword while he looks like he tried to get around some stuff here. Getae's cav watching the flank while we actually have some light horse getting around. Is he going for the gen? He might go for a snipe on the gen. That's actually not a terrible idea because Getae would suffer pretty bad from that morale loss. Oh, be careful, be careful. Run, 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 run. Unfortunately, Noble Horse Gen getting caught sleeping. This balance power is like dead even, guys. Dead even. I'm kind of surprised. I honestly thought that the Getae Noble Sword, they are doing extremely well. But I expected this to be far more lopsided. The Galatian noblemen are really doing well here on the center. The problem is that everywhere else is not. Looks like the Cav got caught, as well as the mercenary the Syrians here. 102 kills. Uh-oh, light horse coming after the Dacian heavy bows.
Let them charge! Cut them
Yeah, I don't see... Oh, man, I don't know. Because this doesn't look good for Getae. He is doing a really good job getting around the flanks, though. I honestly think Galatia's actually doing a bit of a better job with his cavalry. I don't know that he's specifically going to win the cavalry fight, but I do think he's doing a little bit better with it in getting around and actually getting into the back of Galatia's units. And honestly, I think that is the biggest place that the bounce power is showing up here, is just that the cavalry is doing a really good job keeping Galatia in this battle. Galatian Legionaries, 144. Now remember, a lot of these were already tiered up, like 2. So if you see like a 3 tier, they did not gain 3 tiers in the battle. They were given a couple beforehand. So instead of having your 2 units layered on 1, take 1 around. Get around him and hit him in the back. Do have the Noble Horse General coming in. Bounce power has snuck just a little bit in Getae's favor. Only 71 on the Celtic Ballista. I don't mind the art. Remember, Billy, this is on 20,000 funds. Galatia can afford an artillery. Galatia can afford an artillery on 20,000 funds. What else are they going to spend their money on, you know? I just think he probably could have done a little bit better. You know, that Celtic Ballista's like, what is it? I don't know, 1,300 gold or something like that. And only 71 kills. I think he probably could have done a bit better. By the way, hello, Billy Blazes. How you doing? It's honestly a much closer battle than I thought it would be. I will give it that. The Galatian noblemen are doing extremely well here. They're not getting a lot of kills, but they are standing firm. Once again, though, Billy, what is he supposed to do? It's Getae. You're 20,000 funds with Getae. What else are you going to do? You can't bring a ton of axe warriors. What are you going to do? Bring, like, triple gold chevron falksmen? And that's still probably not going to fill all your money. Noble whore. By the way, whore is W-H-O-R-E. I'm just teasing you, Billy. Alright, looks like this one's about to wrap up here in a moment, and I think it's safe enough to call this a Getae win here. I just don't think that Galatia's got quite enough here. His cavalry did what it could, but it's pretty much gone at this point, so the Getae Cavs basically going to be able to just run rampant.
As you say. Aye. All right.
Wait, what do you mean, noble whore? No, noble horse? Is that what you're trying to say? I see what you're saying. That is true. He definitely could have brought like 2 or 3 noble horse. 3, including his gen, would have probably been fine. I thought you were saying noble whore, like Getae for bringing noble swords. That's my bad. I'm sorry. All right, that is it. Honestly, that was a fun battle. That was good. That was good. All right, let's take a look here. So first off, we have Galatia being commanded by Boss Prophet. So let's see. His cavalry, actually, look at the light horse here with 126 kills. Nicely done. Archers, they did okay. The infantry, man, he just outclassed. I mean, that's it. There was nothing in this battle that was just super slanted other than the fact that his units were outclassed by the Getae units. That's one of the reasons that a lot of your more experienced and like tourney pro players, we don't usually like this big of funding because it really, really hurts a lot of factions that don't have the ability to spend that money well, right? You have some factions that have these really good high tier units that on these funds they can just spam them out. Then you have other factions that don't have those high tier units, so they're stuck with mid tiers that they have to try and tier up to attempt to counter or match with those high tiers, and it a lot of times just doesn't work. Getae here, 255 on the noble horse is really good, really good. And then, oh my god, look at the noble swords, just ripping it to shreds, just ripping it up, guys. Whew, man, that hurts. All right, let's get on to game number 3. Sorry, don't pay attention to my cluttered replay box here. So we're going to game number 3. And once we get in, I will tell you who these people are. And all right, so first off, we've got Epirus being commanded by Histogamer. Then we've got Suebi being commanded by Lieutenant Ryu, I think is how you say it. Now, we'll go ahead and get into some of the armies. We got Germanic Scout Riders. I like that. I like having the range cav. A bit of a box formation going on from Suebi. Where's his army? So, 5 spear wall and 4 round shield swordsmen. He's got 2 berserkers. It looks triple gold chevron berserkers. There's his army. We've got 3 Germanic scout riders. Hold on. We've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and a Germanic heavy onager. So it looks like Suebi's turtling up. Usually in like the tournaments or like the hot seat and stuff, when we like do the hot seat or things like that, we don't usually allow this. Usually we make it where both sides have to meet in the middle and fight it out. Once you got into the middle, you can kind of do whatever you want. Ninja, which one are you? Oh, man, look at this. We are already getting in. Citizen Cav going in. Citizen Cav is... it's not very good. The problem I have with Citizen Cav, it's not very good at really anything. Oh, we actually have a Noble Rider here. Noble Rider actually is going to... Okay, never mind. Noble Rider is probably going to clean that up then. I didn't realize that was there. Oh, and if you see, there actually are little pockets of, like, forest so they can hide. Over here we've got Indian war elephants, Italian elephants, a Aspis companion, and a Hellenic royal cavalry. Epirus, we've got a bunch of mercenary Italian swords, royal peltis, a couple hoplites, archers, Cretan archers, Molossian dogs. You brought the puppos. Where are your dogs going? A bunch of your dogs are just running away, man. 2 Hellenic royal guard. The pikes. Oh, not the dogs. I should disqualify you right there. Okay, you're Suebi. Okay. I like the onager. Once again, it's going to pressure Epirus into doing something, right? The spear wall is going to hold. It's going to hold, but I don't know that it's going to get a whole lot of kills. Looks like you're putting all your relying on kills onto those 2 things right there. You could have some stuff hidden that I can't see, though. I only see 15 units, so you could have some more. Don't tell me. I'm honestly... So, here's what I would have done in this position. You're on 20,000 funds. Sword master, sword master, sword master. Okay, I'll tell you right now, if Suebi went with a 20,000 fund Swordmaster army, Epirus would have literally no chance. None. 0. Zilch. Game over. GG. Well, they might have a chance. Epirus can bring solid cav, while Suebi is a little bit limited in their cav. The noble riders are they're not great. They're okay. They're fine. But there's definitely better melee cav out there. Aspin's companion cav is actually really good. It's just a little expensive. I like this. Good job here. Just not sitting there getting Pila'd. You're going in and stopping those Pila. Well done, well done. Spear wall, let's see. Hoplite, hoplite. The Royal Peltis is where I'm concerned. Where did he go? Royal Peltis, Royal Peltis. You got 2 Royal Peltis holding this flank here, kind of like right center for the Epirus line. They're going to destroy these spear wall. I'm just going to be honest with you. Especially if you don't shoot them. Greek Ballista. Oh, you're going after the onager. I like it. Do it. Put some flame shot on there and shoot these bad boys. Shooting the... Are you going Hellenic Royal Guard, maybe? Don't use explosive shot. It's useless. It's useless. It has literally no purpose. All it does is make flashy like signs as it makes shit fly over the place. Oh, this is bad, Epirus. Get that Hellenic Royal Guard in there. Solidify your center. Come on, man. Fight! Fight to the last man! Doesn't look like... So it looks like he did take shots early on against the onager, but... It looks like he's more going for the longbow hunters now. I would have put the dogs into the archers. Berserkers are now in. They are out of control. That is good. That is what you want from a berserker. Then the other one on the other side? Or where's the other one? Oh, he's still back in the back. Okay, I gotta, like... We don't usually play with artillery on land battles, but I gotta, like... I miss doing it. It's so much fun. Just seeing all the, like, fireballs just... You know... Oh gosh, that's I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Another suggestion, fire arrows are completely useless. Don't use them. The only time that you want to be using your fire arrows are in situations so like this. So Royal Peltis is actually on yellow morale right now. So fire arrows into this would actually be a really good idea because it would really hurt their morale even more. They are tired, their morale is low, they are taking the flaming shot damage, or not damage, but penalty. But against the Cretans, look at this, you're not doing anything. So in this situation, I would just keep it to your regular shot. And I don't really know why those Cretans aren't annihilating you right now, because longbow hunters are not going to beat Cretans. They should literally just be wiping you off the face of the earth, but they aren't. It's okay. And now the Hellenic Royal Cavalry getting in on the Noble Riders. Noble Riders at 72 and the Hellenic Royal Cav at 75. Hellenic Royal Cav is winning right now, but it is a heavy shot cav. So after 15 seconds of combat, it loses most of its benefits. So... the Noble Rider might be able to pull that off. Oh, here comes the elephants. All right. Watch out your Aspis companions, though. Get that fire arrows going in on that. Make them go out of control. Which opportunity is that, Ninja? Explosive shot is totally useless. Correct. Fire ammo will give you a lot. Attack damage, you can see it in 14, I believe. So... Wait, is it gives your, like... Let me see. I think I see, okay, I see what you're saying. Alright, so they're out of control, but the problem is they're out of control behind your own lines. So in the end, your best bet is they run away. They do this. The chances they do are pretty minimal. Because it never happens. Oh, I see. It's protected center. Gotcha. Unfortunately, for Epirus, I do think that this is a GG for him. I just don't see him pulling this one out. These elephants would have to get like 1,000 kills to pull this off, and I just don't see it happening. There's too many arrows. Once again, at this point, since they're out of control, you could probably switch back to normal shot, and you would probably kill them. Yeah, you could just see it just kind of ripping up here. Berserker's really not getting that great of kills. Yeah, once again, in my opinion, I would have gone Swordmasters here. And charging pikes isn't going to do you any favors. In the end, all you have to do is just avoid these. You could literally just, like, run around them, get into them, like, you know what I mean? Go to regular shot and shoot them. You know what I mean? Just shoot them. Stand there, put pilas in their face. Jabbies, pilas, whatever you want to call them. Indian war elephants, 189. Round shield swords and the spear ball having a tough time over on the right side. Did you bring... Okay, you went the commander general. These pikes are going to get a ton of kills, Suebi. 101 and 61, 62. You are pinned down enough to get the cav in the back, so that's okay. But in the end, I would have just avoided them and shoot the shit out of them. Switch back to normal shot, shoot them. It's your best bet. Bounce power is actually dead even. I'm not entirely sure how Epirus is holding this one out. I do think that there's a bit of wasted stuff happening here. I think you've lost quite a bit of men to the front line of this pike that unfortunately you didn't need to. You know what I mean? Some missed opportunities in getting around units. Those hoplites are gone. I believe, is your general alive still? I think your general is still alive for, I don't know, probably not for long. Nope, he's dead. There he is. Okay, Brandon. Gotcha. And he played, let me see, game 1, he was Icini. I mean, that makes sense. He definitely seemed like he was very, very experienced. Oh, hello, Forax. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like Epirus is pulling this one off. I'm not 100% sure how Epirus is pulling this one off, but he done did it. So there's my foot in my mouth by calling that one a couple minutes ago and apparently calling it way too early. GG. All right, let's take a look at some kills here. So first off, we have got Histo Gamer as Epirus, 1,804 kills, 293 on the elephants. Really, really good there. Aspis Companions, 204. His archers just didn't really do anything. Suebi, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think this right here lost you the game. I hate to tell you that, but this one thing I think lost you the game. 212 kills, 172 kills on the 2 Hellenic Royal Guard. Pike should not get that many kills. All of your archer fire should have been put into that, and your infantry never should have engaged the front end. That's the one thing that I think you could have done different that would have won you this. Royal Peltis did pretty good, 104, 145. Definitely would have wanted better, but it's all right. Now, for Suebi, round shield swords, 144. Berserkers, look at that, 195. But man, 20,000 funds, you're missing the opportunity of bringing a really, really good high-tier unit in the Swordmaster. I think that was a big missed opportunity there, but that's all right. That's all right. We're just going to move on to game... No, what are we got here? We're on game 4, I believe. All right, so moving to game 4. Let's go ahead and save that. Getting into this one. All right, look at this. Macedon and Arverni. Oops. All right. So real quick. Hold on, let's see. Somebody, could you tell me why people prefer flaming shot with siege while standard shot round has better accuracy, does the same amount of... I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know, Henry. Most experienced players very rarely use flaming shot except for certain situations like elephants or trying to burn an artillery or trying to break units by causing the causing morale penalties. Those are really the main situations that more experienced players will use Flame Shot. Outside of that, they almost never do. That's all right, Ninja. It was a fun battle. It was definitely a fun battle. Frontal charges on pikes are never a good idea. No, but, you know, it is what it is. That one was a rematch since the first game was me using the broken UI and pushing, which is not allowed. Gotcha. All right, so let me get who is in this battle. Sorry about that. So for Macedon, we have got Bad Joker, right? Yeah, Bad Joker. And on the other side as Arverni, we have got DVRG. Okay. So let's go ahead and, as they're kind of getting into things, let's take a look at some of the replays. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry. Honestly, just the damage. When it actually hits things, it actually does do quite a bit of damage. It's the roll-through damage that is the big thing. And also, Fire Shot does do more damage when hitting things like walls. See, Arverni, pretty okay. So we got multiple Oathsworn. Let's see, I see 3 of them, 4 of them at least. Got 3 Noble Horse, it looks like. Okay, so another, you know, it's 20,000 funds, guys. Like, they've got the money. 2 Companion Cav, which Companion Cav is actually really good. Thessalian Cav. So we got 3 Companions, 2 Thessalian. We've got a Greek Heavy Onager. Royal Peltis. Looks like multiple Shield Bearers and Hoplites. 2 Foot Companions. Look at this. Foot Companions. Melee attack 49, which is just stupid for a pike. Just kind of ridiculous. I'm intrigued. Okay, so got quite a bit of Oathsworn on the other side. I see 4, and then a bunch of Chosen Swords, and some Spear Nobles. Looks like he is protecting his flanks with those spears. Good call. Got Gallic Hunters. Something to keep in mind, guys. Something that is really just kind of a overlooked thing. On land battles, you don't have to have archers, right? You have flat arc ability here, so you can easily just bring slingers. And typically slingers are cheaper than archers, so you can bring more of them. The Gallic Hunters and Skirmishers are really getting beat up here. You can see Macedon did bring 2 Rhodian Slingers. Okay, I think this is the one. I had been informed that in one battle somebody did bring an extra slinger, but the 2 players decided to just go ahead with it instead of restarting the battle. Royal Peltis going up against some Chosen Swords. You never want to get caught sitting there, especially not a Royal Peltis. You should definitely be countercharging. Oh, turn. Get that Javitas. Oh, come on. You were so close. Oh, man. Companion Cav. Oh, he kind of got one. Not really. Oh, man, he could have gotten a beautiful Javitas. If I do random tests with 10 RD and I let them fire an advancing AI army, standard round always gets more kills than flaming ones. Standard round does have better accuracy, I know that much. I would need to get the rules guys in, and I don't know if any of them are watching right now. Ah, Arverni, don't do it! Don't use it! No. Okay, you did get rid of it, but you're gonna get caught. Oh. And one of the Noble Horses getting just really badly beat right there. 2 Companion Cav. Companion Cav is 76 charge bonus, excuse me. Boss Prophet mostly plays Siege. He's actually pretty good, but this wasn't his forte. That's okay. Honestly, that happens all the time. It's a pretty common thing. I mean, most people prefer Sieges, and that's okay. It is fun to see people who are used to playing the one come in and play the other. It actually, I love watching it because it's such a different perspective of people's playing. You know what I mean? And I really enjoy that. I like this cab play here by Macedon, doing a really good job. Losing that noble horse right there by Arverni is going to hurt quite a bit. Hello, Jansen. Oh, it's going pretty good. We are on game number 4, which I believe is the last game of the first round. I believe after this we are on to the semifinals. Another noble horse, unfortunately, just... man. Noble horse is really, really good, guys. It's a really good melee cav. And I think if it had been a little better utilized... Like, he's gotten double teamed twice by shot cav, okay? That's been the problem, is 1 noble horse versus 2 companion cav, and then over here you had 1 noble horse versus 2 Thessalian cav. That is where you just are not going to have very much fun. If you had 2 noble horses together matching those 2 units, they honestly probably could have pulled that off. Macedon is really pulling this one out. Same problem here. We're fighting pikes. Guys, don't fight pikes head on. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't fight pikes head on. You will lose. You know why you lose against pikes? They have longer pokey sticks than you do. And when they have longer pokey sticks than you do, they can reach out and touch somebody way before you can. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there for your consideration. Shield bearers. Yeah, I think Macedon's got this one. Macedon's cav has been doing extremely well, just getting in behind, hitting the back lines. The Arverni cavalry, unfortunately was not used great. I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to smack on anybody here. That's just kind of the fact of the matter, that the Arverni cav, it was a bit rough. It was a bit rough. Noble cav is really good. It's really good. But it didn't do really good today. $200 kills on the Cretans, 190 kills on the Cretans, 175 on the Rhodian Slingers, 92 on Rhodian Slingers. Look at the Oathsworn, they're doing pretty good. I honestly think that Arverni might have missed a bit of an opportunity here of bringing a bit more Oathsworn here. I think he probably could have lost himself maybe 2 cav, maybe 1 noble horse, 2 noble horse here, brought a bit more Oathsworn, and I think he might have had a bit better luck here. Macedon would have struggled a little bit to match the Oathsworn if he had brought more of them. Macedon could bring things like the Royal Peltis, which is a really good unit, but it is a bit outmatched by an Oathsworn. 292 on that Oathsworn now. Pikes at 178 with Foot Companion 122. This is typically a signal to me that something was done wrong when you look at pike kills and you see pikes with a lot of kills. Yes, Duke, Oathsworn are one of the strongest infantry units in the game. They are arguably the best high-tier unit in the game given their price. They're typically, so like Glacial Regard are better than them, but Glacial Regard are also more expensive. Cav here, look at the companion cav, 134, 113, 142 on the artillery. That's what you want to see on those artillery. Oh, man. Archers did really, really well. Same thing on the Rhodian Slingers. 146 on a Royal Peltist. The Pikes did really good there. Oof, Arverni. This, I think, is your game changer right here. I hate to tell you that, but it hurts. I think that right there is the difference in winning and losing this game is that cavalry. Look at the Oathsworn. I mean, look at this. This is the potential that an Oathsworn arm or a heavier Oathsworn presence on the field today could have had on this battle. 312 kills on this one. All right, so that was a quick one. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Like I said, I believe we're into the semifinals here. Let me see. Let me look at my list. All right, we are on to the semifinals. This is going to be game 1 of the semifinals. All right, let's get into it. What do you guys think? You guys having fun with this one? I actually think this has been fun. You know, it's kind of interesting once again to see a tournament under different game rules than we're used to seeing, with different players that we've never seen before. Just kind of having fun. You know what I mean? All right, semifinals, game number 1. Let's get on into it. All right. Let's see. So, whoops, sorry about that. For this game, we got game 1. We have Macedon again, but being commanded by Jesus Christine, showing his face again. And look at this, we have Getae one more time. But and this is Mallard. So, Mallard as Getae versus Jesus Christine as Macedon. Let's get on into it. We're going to hit play so they can get their stuff moving. You know, Ninja, here's the deal. You just keep on playing, and I find that the more you're going to play, especially hop into the Dragon Core Discord if you want. Get in some games with the people and let them know, hey, I'm a bit new to the game and I want to learn how to be better with micro or building armies, things like that. You know, and the more you play, the more experience you get, the better you're going to get. So just keep on playing, Ninja, and hopefully next time when we see you, like you said, we see you move on and get into the semis, and who knows, maybe even better. Henry, the rules are the regular rules of 1, 2, 4, and then it's 20,000 funds. I wonder, are we back? Okay, we are back to, we're still on 160 unit sizes. In game 1, earlier in the stream, whoever was the host had their game settings set to lower, so they were at the large unit size, so 120 instead of 160. I agree, Duke. It is nice to see a little bit of a change. So my question, Ninja, did you play more like campaign? Did you play a lot of campaign in those 2 years? Because there are a lot of people I noticed that they have a lot of hours, and they played a lot, but most of those hours may have been on campaign rather than on multiplayer. You know what I mean? That could be the difference. Yes, those are 2 big things. Honestly, those were my 2 number 1 things I would say about that battle when you were Suebi. You have exactly right. Those 2 things, I think you would have had that battle 100%. So, hey, those are being able to identify those mistakes. That's the first step to getting better, right? You identify the mistake and you fix it. So, nicely, I mean, the fact that you own that, perfect, great. I don't know. Are you talking about the rules? The 2 pike rule? On a land battle, yes, I would agree that it does. In the Dragon Core, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Hot Seat, which, by the way, the Hot Seat is making a return next month. Hot Seat is a rotating 1v1 land battle tournament that we do all in one day. And the rules there, we don't actually have pike rules because pikes on land battles are actually really hard to operate, so bringing a ton of pikes can actually be really detrimental to you if you can't handle it. So we try to not weigh down the game with a gazillion rules. So one Noble Sword actually kind of sneaking through there. Royal Peltus didn't go up to plug the gap. I'm assuming, it looks like he's microing Cav.
Glory to Macedon! Let's fire on the enemy!
Noble Horus. Okay, the Companion Cav's going to win this fight, unfortunately, for Getae. What probably would have helped Getae, so this spear unit, I bet he really wished it was over here.
Withdraw!
Over here, we do actually have the Noble Horsemen of Getae getting in on the flank, though. We do have Noble Spear and Royal Peltis. Okay, so we've got, looks like 2 Royal Peltis over here. He is still using formation attack. That's something I would suggest getting rid of. Oh, nice play here, Macedon. Turning the artillery on the cav flank. I like that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying this. I think it's actually a lot of fun. Let me know. What do you guys think? We're up to 19 people watching now, by the way. Hello to everybody who has joined in the last, 20 minutes. And welcome. Happy Sunday. And to anybody who celebrates it, happy Easter. It is Easter Sunday. And I'm off. This is my first Easter off. And, man, I don't even know. It's been, probably 3 or 4 years at least. Foot companions, kind of out of formation here. You probably want to fix that formation, get in on those noble swords. Got a double team here on the noble spears. Companion cav. Don't bring your foot companions to help the cav. Problem with this is that they're too slow, right? So the pikes, they're too slow to move around and support a fast-moving combat like a cav combat. Keep the pikes over in the main combat, and bring something like a thorough spear to support your cavalry. Historically, it would be normal to have a 4 to 6 pike unit. Hello, Scootum. How we doing? Yeah, Jansen, but I'm be honest with you, typically on land battles, I don't care about too much of a pike limit. I really don't. Just because, to be perfectly honest with you, pikes are so easily exposed on land battles that they're not nearly as unfair as they are in a siege battle where they can be in a tight little choke point and not get flanked ever, right? In that situation, that's where they become really unfair. On land battles, it's a lot less so. Once again, Getae, don't take a head-on fight with pikes. Noble Spears, Royal Peltis. So you could see Macedon is another one of those factions that is actually really benefits from the really high funds here. Because Macedon, so what you have your Royal Peltis at 1280. You have your Thorax Sword at 710. And then after that, all you have is a mercenary Thracian warrior at 560. So Macedon's actually a really expensive faction. And so they actually really benefit from this 20k funds because they can bring a ton of Royal Peltis and foot companions and stuff like that. They benefit from that a lot. And you can see that Macedon's actually doing really well here. The Royal Peltis are faring decently well against the noble swords. But the big difference here, that companion cav is owning the field here. That companion cav is actually really, really solid, and the noble horsemen of Getae just can't match up. Noble horsemen of Getae being the only barbarian shock cavalry out there. Outside of, I guess, the nomad factions, I guess, count too. What does it look like? I don't know. For some reason, this is a Thorough Spear. That's why. I was really confused there for a second. It's still a really close battle. If Macedon doesn't start using his cavalry really soon, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble because his infantry line is disappearing. He really needs to. Honestly, I'm not even worried about the archers right now. I'm worried about this. He really needs to get this cavalry working on these infantry units. Otherwise, he's prone to lose this game. At the moment, he has the balance of power, but honestly, just barely. And I think that if Getae continues on the path that he's going, I think he very easily could take this because, to be honest with you, Macedon's having troubles in the infantry fight. Getae is getting around the foot companions. Well done. The companions 112 and 20.
Gods of Olympus, Stin and Tourney
Companion Cav at 102 and 171.
glory! Forward!
Getae still has stuff here, still has his general.
Hard charge!
All right, there you go. Now see what's happening as Macedon is now getting into these units, especially into the flanks and the backs. That bounce power is starting to climb further in his favor.
Now!
Now, hopefully you guys will join later tonight. We will be having a separate stream, a regular, normal Sunday night stream. I think we're going to stick with Rome 2. I didn't put out an early announcement to do any other game, so I just don't think people are going to be prepared to do a different Total War. So I think we're just going to keep it simple tonight and stick with Rome 2 Sieges. We'll be doing it at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Yep. I think Difference Maker, the big thing here, Companion Cav, I think that is what's going to, in the end, be the big winner for Macedon if they pull this off, which it looks like it's going in that direction. Pikes turn around, nicely done. Good play, good play. Well done, Macedon. What's your general, Macedon? Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Because your pikes are exhausted. Well, they're very tired, not exhausted, but close enough. Now, we've got 21 people watching, 24 people watching the stream, and you know what? We've only got 13 likes on it. Please, go hit that thumbs up button for me, and let me know, are you guys enjoying this game? This kind of setup that we're doing here. It's pretty hard to micro a ton of units. 100% Henry. And to be honest with you, I think that is the attraction of siege battles over land battles, is that on siege battles, you have a lot more time to micro your units and move, and you have a lot of time to kind of take your time and get things set up. Microing units on land battles is the opposite. It is boom, 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 go, go, go. You're over here, you're over there. Do this, move that, countercharge, pilotos. It is very, very, very fast-paced play. And honestly, I think that I wish people did it more. Ninja, I'm heading off now. See ya, and really appreciate you streaming the tournament. It's amazing what I joined. I'm glad that you came to witness this. I've had fun. I enjoyed it. I'm having a good time. I'm glad that you had fun at the tournament. Hopefully we see your name again.
As you command!
But you know what's really fun about land battles is they really, really help you improve your micro, including for siege battles. Practicing land battles, using your micro on land battles, can really assist you in siege battles when you're using your micro there. It can really up your gameplay. Another good thing about land battles is much faster setup times, 100%. But unfortunately, I think that's why they don't do very well as like standalone replays. They're too fast. They're just too fast. When people are watching replays, I think they like to, let's put on the replay and then let's do this other stuff. And we'll have the replay running in the background and listen to this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It is, oh, okay, cool. You're the unit mod author. That's awesome, Henry. I didn't know that. Welcome. And everybody, let's just pause real quick, because something very important just happened, everybody. Joe on it is in the chat. Hello, everybody. Let's get a hello, Joe, because he's here. He's here, guys. He's famous. I just don't know what to say. You know what I mean? The one and only Joe on it is here. Back to the kills. So we've got, with Macedon here. So Macedon, Jesus Christine. We've got 2,334 kills. Very, very, very well done. Look at the Cav. Triple Chevron, 220, 182. One of his archers, 208. This is the difference maker. This is the GG right there. His Royal Peltas actually, for the most part, did really good. 243. Look at, they all got pretty good chevrons as well. They're fighting noble swords the whole time, right? So you're going to get chevrons. Foot Companions 121 and 90. And then as his opponent, we had Malad as Getae with 1,999 kills. Doing really good there. Really well done. Cav did solid, actually, the 2 Noble Horse. And then Noble Swords. Look at 284, 180, 166. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, so that is it for this one. So we'll move on to Game 2 of the semifinals. Let's go ahead and get into it. Game 2 of the semifinals. Yeah, yeah. Ba-dow-bow. That's what yes, I do seem to remember that, Duke. How you doing, Joe? What are you up to today? Happy Easter. Good day, good day. All right, real quick, let me get and tell you the players here. So game 2, as Macedon again, we have Macedon. Wow, a lot of Macedons. Bad Joker. And then as his opponent, we've got Pontus being commanded by Histo Gamer. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this one going while we look at some some rosters. We haven't got to the kills yet. Hold on, slow down there. Let's go through the battle first. Macedon, a bunch of shield bearers, hoplites, foot companions. Honestly, looks almost identical to the army we saw earlier. Pontus here, we've got mercenary naked swords. First thing I'm going to say, naked swords. Keep them back here. Then we've got Pontic swordsmen, thorough spears, we've got Eastern archers. I would scrap the Eastern archers for this battle and bring your slingers. Bring the slingers. It's hard to say if Megron is better than New World. Joe and Elton, what do you think? I don't have as much experience with Megron, and I haven't played New World in a while. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like most of the guys in the Discord, most of them don't seem to want to play a lot of mods. I'm honestly not even 100% sure why. But yeah, I haven't. I think I've played on Joe's stream, played it before. But, you know, maybe, I'm thinking. I might try maybe next week to see if we can get a game set up on it. It's just, once again, like, we don't play a lot of mods at all. You know what I mean? Every once in a while we'll pull out the Suebi mod just for kicks and giggles. But yeah, we honestly just haven't done a whole lot of mod play at all. Oh, here's a bunch of cav. Look at this. Pontic Royal Cav. 2 of them, and then a Cappadocian. Oh, Macedon, you going to countercharge here? Don't double team. Don't double team. Don't double team. You need... well. For New World, it always seems fun. Every time you guys play, it seems like you have a great time with it, so... But I'm also not as big on campaign, so that aspect of New World, I'm just not a campaign guy. I'm a multiplayer guy. Arverni Oathsworn versus Praetorian Guard. That should be good. I believe the Praetorian Guard gets the better out of that. Praetorian Guard is actually really good. So so he has another companion cav that he brought over. He's going to sneak through and he's going to get around. Oof. Big oof. All right, this is going to be big. This is going to be big because Pontus is going to... Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yes. Oh, please. Macedon, do you know? Do you know? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? That lives on Drury Lane? Yeah, that one. Not my gumdrop buttons! Oh, I think we're missing an opportunity there. They didn't see him. He could have gotten right into this line. But he's coming in. He took the long route into back like this way. I think it's actually a good call getting your general out of there. Don't run the chance. Hell, he might try to charge into him, which if he can catch him sitting, he might be able to do something there. 90, oh my gosh. And the Pontic Cav is pretty much kaput. No, stay in there, finish this off. Because that's a big deal. With Pontus loses that Cav, that's it. We'd be doing like a specials tournament where you have like the Disciples of Petimac, the War Dogs, Naked Swords, etc. Hoplites just getting roasted by Archer Fire, guys. But Pontic Sword also got roasted by Archer Fire. So, Pontic Swords suffer from not great armor. You can see that they are a heavy melee infantry, not a very heavy melee infantry. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump my mic there. Chariots 108 and 78. Now remember that even as these chariots are fleeing from the battlefield, if they run through enemies, they're getting kills. Companion Cav General, I think it's a smart idea. Get him out of there. Don't risk losing him to the chariots. $191. I completely agree. What I think he lost there was the element of surprise. As he was coming, so he came out of the trees. As he was coming like this, Macedon didn't respond at all. He didn't seem to have seen it. He easily could have made that turn into, because when he got to here, Macedon saw it and was able to turn units to respond to the chariots. But by the time he had done the same thing, had he done this, he was already in Macedon's line. Now, one of the chariots did get really good kills. This one, wasn't this yet? Wait. Oh, it's because it technically hidden. This one got like 200 kills or something. He does still have another one. His general is a chariot. To be honest with you, now that they're locked down, what do we do? What is this? Did you forget? Oh, I don't know if you forgot or. Oh no, Pontus! You have 2 East Broad Shield Pikemen. Ugh. Broad Shield Pikes for their prize are so good. And now, here go all of the archers. Oh, man. I hate to say, I think this is pretty much already done. You could see that Macedon rolling around the flank here. This is going to collapse, and then they will get around to this side, which will also collapse. The chariot is running away. They still have a Scorpion Pot Ballista. Not sure why you brought this. Are these guys all just like super high? Oof. Big oof. He's got so much cav that he could be, using to do other things. He could send one over here to kill the ballista if he wanted. Doesn't need to keep all 4 of his companion cav in this place. I think that's one common mistake you make when people haven't quite gotten used to the high micro of a land battle, is especially things like their cav, they'll operate them in groups, all 4 going this way, then all 4 going this way, then they go this way. You know what I mean? When in reality what you should be doing here, you should be moving your cav to do different things. Obviously, just dependent on the situation, would depend on what you would do with them, but you typically shouldn't really be throwing all 4 units into one thing, because they don't need to all be in one thing, right? When they were killing all these archers and stuff, you don't need 4 companion cavalry to kill those archers. 1 companion cav will do that very easily. 2 companion will do it quickly. you know, at that point you could be using your other cavalry to hit the back lines, kill the ballista, go around and pester the pikes. There's a lot of things you could be doing with that, but those things require the micro, right? And I think that's one thing that as you play more land battles, if you continue to do this more, you will get better at that. As you get better at that, use that, right? Continue to move those units independently, not as groups. Watch how Getae only ranked up 2 units on one side to win faster and open up a flanking lane. Which one are you talking about, Brandon? So it's basically just going to come down to Macedon finishing off this. Gonna go and fast forward a bit, get the because they're gonna have to march all the way over here. Oh my gosh, the ballista's already wavering from army losses. And that's with the General Pontus is still alive. Usually army losses becomes way more prevalent when the general's dead. A little bit of a lull here. I don't know if Macedon's just trying to figure out or if he's just refusing to advance into, you know, this, making Pontus come to him or something. We're sure gonna find out soon. I don't think that this unit's going to hold your flank very well. All right, and now, oh man, they've got, looks like they, well, I don't know plenty, but they definitely have archers to use. The pike set up in a little bit of a chevron formation. The problem with that is it does leave this exposed. Yes, that does matter. They pretty much, Duke, pretty much. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it, Pontus. Don't do it. It's a death trap. It's a terrible idea. Don't. They're just going to change their fire to shoot at you.
To arms! Riders at the double!
Oh, no.
At the double!
Are you talking earlier in the game, Brandon, or... You were committed. You might as well have just gone in, man. There goes the Gen. He's going to try and get out of it, but I don't see it happening. I'm curious as to whether Pontus is even, might even just break before they can even get into combat with him. Now the cav's free. We're going to be able to circle around these pikes. A little bit of ammo that Macedon has left is just going to go right into them.
Forward!
I think Macedon's being really passive, and I'm not 100% sure why. He 100% has the advantage here, especially in things like numbers, and he very, very easily could just go right in and finish this off. Turn your cav around and hit the pikes in the back. There's the army losses, wavering. Yeah, you have to keep the chair. You gotta keep going. Same thing with elephants. There's one pike. Apparently this pike is going to hang out for a while. Either that or the general comes back and they have to chase him.
At speed!
This guy does not want to break. He's just wavering. Look at it. He's solidified even. Shaken, but not stirred.
Cut them down!
Foot companions are going to go in. 40 cal. All Macedon has to do is send one unit to each side. Yes, that's all they have to do. I'm not 100% sure why it's taking so long. And I don't know why he's charging straight into them. This is the third battle. I'm going to have to say, guys, don't charge pikes in the front. Ay, ay, ay. Foot companions are going to come in and clean this up. But good lord, why it's like watching paint dry. Finish him for the love of all that is holy.
Forward! Forward! Attack,
Finish
brave
him.
sons of Macedon!
Side chair to actually get 90 kills here. Actually beating up the companion cav. I bet you Macedon's not watching, so he needs to get over here and charge that. Finish it off. Okay, there's one gone. Shouldn't got 42 kills, but it sure as hell did.
For glory! For glory!
Charge him in the back. Charge him in the back. Yeah. Oh. Boo. That's all right, 40 cal. That's okay. You can always learn something. Yeah, look at this. The Macedonian cav just ripping it up. 72 on the foot companions, 201, 153 on the Royal Peltus. Nicely done. Nugget as Pontus. The cav, not so hot. I think he was a bit over aggressive there. 195 on the side chariots. Not bad, not bad. And then I think his infantry in the end was outmatched, and the cavalry just was too much. It was just too much. All right. So where are we next? Let me get back to my list here. We're in the finals. So this is it. The final game of the Beginners Tournament. Beginners League Tournament. And this is going to be the end of it. So let's get into the replay here.
At your command! Hey! As your command! Orders understood!
All right, real quick, I will give the players here. So Seleucids, we've got Jesus Christine. And as Macedon again. Macedon again. There's so much Macedon. Why is so much? It seems to be this player's just kind of go-to strat is Macedon, because I'm pretty sure, isn't he? Let me see. Hold on. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at my list. Macedon, bad joker. Macedon, bad joker. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Yep. Macedon. He's played Macedon every game. All right. Get back into it, and then let's look at the armies. So this is the finals. Now remember, guys, I said it earlier in the game that this is these are replays. These are not live. It's just that replays just really don't do very well. Or no, land battles just don't do very well as replays. And so I think that the format that suits them far better is just a stream. They're too fast to be a replay. Replays would only be 15 minutes long, and that's just, people want something longer than that. We pretty much already know Macedon's army by now. We've seen the same army in every battle he's played. 2 Silver Shield pikemen, Silver Shield swords. We've got some Azat knights. I would have gone with like a Gema cav, personally. Indian armored elephants, thorax swords, Syrian heavies. Diadochi Wars Battle. Yes, it is. We have the Diadochi. We have Seleucid versus... Oh, gosh. Now my brain just went to death. What, who went to Macedon? Shit. Somebody tell me which one of the Diadokis was in Macedon. My brain just went. Because you had Seleucid in Seleucid. You had Ptolemy in Egypt. I've seen some streamers compensate for the short length of battle replays by showing 2 battles back to back. Sure, sure. I think the other problem with the replays, though, is that they're so fast moving, though, that I think that it takes away from the experience from a lot of people who want to just, like, I hear all the time about, most of the time when people are watching the replays, a lot of times they are, you know, kind of like coming back and watching it, having it in the background, tab back in, you know, and land battles are so fast paced that you can't really do that on a battle replay or on a land. Gosh, I keep saying just battle replay. Is it Antigonus? I think that's right. I think you're right. I was thinking it was an A. But my brain kept wanting to go Arminius, which is obviously wrong. And Cassander, thank you. Cassander. Thank you, Michael. That's right. It's Cassander. So, looks like Seleucid is just going, for now, is just using his ballista. To be honest with you, I think he could even benefit from approaching just a hair bit closer and then using that ballista. Got shield bearers, hoplites. I'm assuming he's got foot companions hiding here. He's got his companion cav way off to the left flank. He has 2 over here. They'll be able to overpower the Azat Knights. He did bring Hellenic Cataphracts, which are a bit better, but he only has the 1. Exactly, 40 cal, exactly. I think that's what people like about siege battles so much, like replays for siege battles, is that they're just relaxing. You know, they're relaxed, they're pretty slow paced, they aren't super active. And land battle replays, you just don't get that same experience. I don't know if he thinks that these guys are hidden, but they aren't. Just saying. Just putting it out there. So, on the flanks, we do have... So, we got an Azat Knight. We got a Thorough Spear. On the other flank, we got another Azat Knight, Thorough Spear. So, he is doing a good job. He's going to support that cav. On the opposite side, no spearmen supporting the Macedonian cavalry. All right, here we go. More artillery. Artillery! A little short. To be honest with you, I think you might even benefit here from just individually firing it. You know, a bit more accurate.
Take aim.
It's not even that it's more accurate, it's that you save a bit more ammo. You know, when you're doing it by 4s, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. When you're doing it by 1s, you get 1, 2, 3, you know what I mean? I'm a Shogun 2 main when it comes to Total War, as I think I've said before. Nothing relaxed or slow, even in sieges. No, because sieges are 20 minutes long, and I hate that you cannot change that. I wish you could increase the time limit on Shogun 2 sieges. I just think 20 minutes is too short, man. It's not enough, in my opinion. Shogun 2, I personally believe, is possibly the best Total War game ever made. I'm not saying that it has to be everybody's favorite, but when it comes to just the overall, the way it's aged, the way it plays, the ingenuity of it, where they tried a new system, which I think they abandoned way too quick in the Avatar Conquest, and I don't think they did a good enough job of explaining it, but people who do understand it can agree with me that the Avatar Conquest is actually super, super, super cool. You know, how many times have you ever wished that you could, personalize your own army and your own general? In Shogun, you can, and people don't know that. And it's so freaking cool. When watching Shogun 2 battles, I am thinking the game was done by a Kill Bill fan. It's such a good game, though. It's so good. The way to have longer sieges in Shogun 2 is to play head-to-head campaign. You can set the battle timer to 60 minutes. I don't even think you need 60 minutes on a Shogun. I would be perfectly happy with like a 30-40 minute battle on Shogun 2. Looked like Seleucid wanted to move forward for an archer fight, but he pulled back. And I'll say it again, the biggest thing that I find, another really big hint that someone might be a newer land battle person. Archers. Okay? Slingers are... Everybody gets it in their brain because of siege battles and how good archers are, because you need them to get over, you know, get that arc over buildings or over walls, to shoot in the back of things, right? Well, in land battles, you don't need that, right? It's a land battle. Look how flat it is. Look at this. Look at this. It's flat. There's nothing in the way. So your slingers can do just as good of a job. You get more ammunition than archers do. And they're cheaper most of the time. Just a thought. Do it. If you've never done it before, next time you play a land battle and you build your army, switch out your archers for slingers and look at the difference in how you can build your army and the combats that you can take. Let's see. Don't get me started on how cool the avatar system is. I love that shit. Customizing your army standard and colors, dope. Customizing your general's abilities, dope. Even your veteran unit's abilities can be customized. Yeah, it's fantastic. And so many times I find people, including myself, complaining, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if you could like customize your blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And you just want to be like, hey, dude, you ever play that one game called Shogun 2, which is honestly, I stand by this, I think might be the best Total War game ever made. Come at me with your own arguments, justify why you think I'm wrong, and tell me what you think is the best. I don't want to hear, no, I want to hear reasons. I want to know why. Don't sit here and just get jabbied, by the way. Throw one of those, just kill it. Be careful of this, though. Or you honestly could probably just back off of this, because you're pretty well threatened by the Macedonian cav here. Sorry, we've been doing a lot of talking about other stuff, but to be honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot going on. But now there is, so we're back into it. Cretan archers are kind of just laying out here in the middle of this. I'm not particularly sure why they're so close. Yeah, they just got a nasty jabby from some thorax swords. Did we ever see... Yep, there they are. Told you, foot companions. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought that this Macedon player had foot companions? I'm pretty sure he auto-loaded this army for each of these battles. Hey guys, another hint. Turn off formation attack. Like Rome 2 because of the time period. I would agree. I would agree. The problem is that Rome 2, let's be honest guys, Rome 2, I love it. It has a sweet spot in my heart because of the time period and it looks really good. But let's be honest with you with each other. Rome 2 is a broken game. It unfortunately it is. It 100% is a broken game. It has very, very bad problems. Very bad problems. That's really the biggest thing I've got to say about it. The thing about something like Shogun 2 is the game, for being older than Rome 2, sorry, sometimes I get my release dates mixed up, it still works extremely well. It still looks extremely well. So when I'm judging like the best Total War game made, I'm not just looking at my favorite, because I don't know that I would call Shogun 2 my favorite Total War game. I think Rome 2 is probably my favorite, but is it the best? I can't say that it is. Napoleon is really good. Exactly. That's the number one problem, Duke. Napoleon could be in that argument if it was bigger. It had a bigger scope. If it had the scope of something like Empire, which unfortunately, Empire is... I mean, it does, but in reality, are they worse than Rome 2? No. I'm sorry, they are no way worse than Rome 2's pathing issues. Rome 2 has so many problems. It is a game that, in my experience, seems to just be dying from the inside out. And the other problem, Duke, Napoleon, I hate to say, is not holding up well with age. The older it gets, the more the more obvious the age becomes on it, right? That's one thing with Shogun. It has aged extremely well looks-wise. Napoleon has not. I hate to say it, but it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough, and the old mechanics really shine through as well. It has some issues there. I love Napoleon because it might be my favorite time period. For me, it's tough. The time period of Napoleon and the ancient time period here of like ancient Rome. They're two of my favorites, and it's hard for me to decide which one. I love Napoleon, but I just don't think it has aged very well. If they were to come out with it, I don't want a Napoleon remastered. I don't want none of that junk that they did with Rome remastered. I don't want that bullshit. If you're going to give me another Napoleon, I want Napoleon 2. I want it to be graphically advanced. I want the mechanics to be more advanced. I want them to be on a new system. That is what I want. I don't think so. Or hold on, let's see. Do you think next Total War is mid 3 and Pike and Shot? Could it be a DLC or like Attila and Rome 2? I don't think they're going to touch medieval for a little while. And the reason I don't think they're going to touch medieval for a little while is the existence of 1212. I think they want to distance themselves for that a little bit. I do think there could be the opportunity for an Empire 2. And what I would love to see from an Empire 2 would be Empire 2, Total War, with a Napoleon DLC. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, we've had this conversation before. Empire 2 with a Napoleon DLC, a American Civil War DLC, and a Victorian DLC, even possibly a Pike and Shot DLC. That is what I would love to see as the next Total War. Napoleon does not look as good, no, but I would play it with a map like Empire. 100%, I completely and totally agree with you, Duke. 100%. So that is the end of the finals. Let's go ahead and get into the kills. I apologize, we kind of got a little off track there, but to be honest with you, the game was pretty upfront, so I don't think we really missed that much. So let me get back to my list. All right, so for the finals, Seleucid, we have got Jesus Christine, 2,146 kills, really kind of pulling it out this one. 275 on the Elephant, 135 on the Ballista. The Archers, they did okay. Assat Knights, they did okay. Guys, 171 kills on a Silver Shield Pike. Should not happen. Stop running into pikes. Please, for the love of everything, stop it. 124 on the Silver Shield Swordsman. I think he was killing Royal Peltis. Pretty good kills pretty much across the board. I just think that Macedon was outmatched here, mostly just in army comp. I really do. So Macedon was commanded by Mallard. Or wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I looked at the wrong one. Bad Joker, excuse me. Bad Joker was Macedon here, and honestly, I just think army comp just outmatched by Seleucids' army here. I think that. Sorry to answer a question here. By the way, these elephants doing exactly what they need to right now, going ham in the back lines. Yep, that's exactly what he needed. What do you think about Total War in World War I or II? I don't think it's feasible in World War II. Otherwise, I just don't think it would look anything like the Total War that we would expect it to look like. World War I do think that it is still a possibility. It's been proved in a mod for Napoleon that you can make it a thing. I do think it'd be cool. Duke, I would love the next historical to be Victorian. I don't think that Victorian would fit as a full Total War game, but I do think it would be a really good DLC for, once again, something like an Empire Total War. Sorry, back to Bad Joker for Macedon 1056. Once it just outmatched, man. I just think that Seleucid's army was just a better army comp. And his cav just really didn't do anything it needed to do. But yeah, that is going to be it. That was the finals. So we've got Jesus Christine pulling out the finals for the Beginners League tournament hosted by Forax. But that is going to be it. I am going to end this here. This is going to be in for this stream. We will have another stream tonight, the regular Sunday night stream at 7:30 Central Standard Time. This is going to upload as a video. It's just going to like upload straight to YouTube. So if you missed any battles, it will be back on the channel. It might take a little bit for it to fully render back onto the channel as a video. But keep an eye on that. If you missed anything, you can get on there and watch it again or catch anything you might have missed. But that is going to be it for today, or for this stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will see you guys next time.